spoke with Tata Motors PV's MD and CEO Shailesh Chandra on the response to the new Tata Sierra launch as well as the road forward. Let's listen in.
Response to Sierra right from the time we released the brand film, and then we had the brand days, followed by the launch event that we had on November 25th. Since then, I think the response has been overwhelming, I would say. Much more than what we were really expecting in terms of response that we would get. The inquiries have been phenomenally high. And as you know, that bookings are really going to start from 16 December. So we have to wait till then. But the extent of inquiries that we have been getting, and also people booking their interest, is enormously high. And we expect that when the bookings open on 16th, the numbers would be overwhelmingly high. So we are just expecting on 16th, we get a positive surprise for all of us.
All right. Could you give us a sense of the discount levels of December year-end sales, and how will that impact the costs that the company will have to incur on account of discounting?
Yeah, so Parikshit, you know that December, typically it's a very high retail month. And generally the customers who buy cars in December are seeking, attractive offers ahead of the start of a new year. And therefore, typically you see as a part of seasonality that the offers are higher in the market to tap that customer who's looking for that kind of an offering. So generally, the discount levels are higher as compared to the earlier months. So every OEM goes very selective about which models they would like to, top of the offer of what was ongoing in the earlier months. So similar kind of calls we would have also taken, but these are very planned VMEs, I would say, very planned well ahead of the December sales. So this will be slightly higher in select models, and we hope that therefore retail, which we are going to see in December, should be very comparable to what we were seeing in the festive period.
Right. Could you give us the range of discounts, starting from the minimum to the maximum?
Very difficult. I would not have the numbers offhand. But whatever was prevailing in November, it is slight increase from that level, in select models.
All right. Is Tata Motors likely to increase prices in January? And if yes, by how much?
See, the increase in price needs to be put in the context of the GST 2.0 drop that had happened. And therefore, the baseline of prices of all the cars went down, depending on the segment of the car, by anywhere between 3.5% to 8.5%. And that baseline drop is something which we have to maintain in the spirit in which the government has reduced that. Having said that, there has been an increase in the commodity prices right from January 25, and we have not been able to pass on as an OEM this commodity price increase to the market. And I would say the extent of commodity price increase would have been in the zone of 1.5% to 2% of the revenue. And to some extent, we have been able to offset that with the cost reduction actions that we have been taking internally. So whatever residual part of that commodity price increase, which we have not been able to pass it on to the market for the last 1 year, is the extent to which we will consider as a price increase somewhere in Q4, maybe in Jan. That is to be decided yet. We are still reviewing that part, but the residual part of commodity increase is something which we are looking forward to take as price increase in the Q4 without disturbing anything as far as the GST 2.0 reduction is concerned.
Right. So what will be the residual amount of commodity price increase which you've not been able to absorb so far, sir? And how much is likely to be passed on as per initial estimates?
I would not like to share that number because, as I said, that it is still under review. But I have already given the extent of commodity increase as a percentage of revenue that has happened since the last price increase that we had taken somewhere early this calendar year. And that is to the extent of 1.5% to 2% of revenue.
All right. How would you describe the overall sentiment in the market right now?
Yeah, it's been very buoyant, right, since the GST 2.0, implementation from 22nd September. We have been seeing, at least in Tata Motors, I can say that the inquiries, year-on-year growth in inquiries is pretty much been seen in double digit. And to that extent, one is getting reflection in the bookings also. And you are also seeing the growth rates for the last 2 to 3 months as far as industry is concerned, mostly double digit. So therefore, the overall mood remains very good. And so is the trend that we are seeing in December too.
All right, that's the word coming in from Tata Motors PV. With that, we'll take your leave on this edition of Midcap Radar with the news that the Nifty is above the 25,900 mark, but will be very important to track those levels. We'll take your leave. Closing bell when we return.